I'm happy that you're all here. Kind of a special night for some of you because it's the first time they've been back for a class reunion. I think that we should give a special round of applause to, and if I missed anybody, please let me know. Dave Rory, Art Baker, Mark Moll, and Mary Winston. Did I miss anybody? Gene Capper, this was your first? Well, great, I'm glad you came back. On a sadder note, two of those people, Dave, Rory, and Art Baker, were arrested last night. They tried to break into the Sir Lounge. It's now county mental health or something. They're both released on their own recognizance. Because some of the class officers did not show up again, I'd like to make a motion that they be removed as class officers. I'd like their pictures taken out of the annuals and new elections held tonight. Do I hear a second? Now, we just come back here every year or so, and it's always interesting to see the trends, what people are doing and how they're living. And one of the things that I just don't understand, and I wish he was here tonight to explain it, if you get the Waverly paper, you may have seen this ad from K Construction. And if you haven't, please go look at it over there. I'm not sure if I want Butch to explain this or his wife Joyce. Now, one of the things we're going to do later, I was able to locate, I located Mrs. Pape's old height and weight chart card. And after we eat, we're going to weigh in the bar. So I just want you guys to be careful with it. And we want to keep this kind of short. Are there any special announcements that somebody would like to make? And we can't run this very long, but if there is anything that I'm overlooking, by now most of you have had a chance to look in the booklet a little bit and read about some of your friends, see what they're doing.
I'd just like to straighten out one little mistake. When the letters were sent out, my name was Linda Thompson Williams, and I got asked tonight if I divorced my husband and married my cousin. No, it's Linda Harkin Williams and Linda Thompson Gearhole.
That's what Jerry Lee Lewis said, too. In the little rolled up agenda there that is at each placemat, I thought you might have opened those up by now. And you can take a look through those. We can kind of take a look at them and comment on them later. But I believe on page 2, I thought some of you would have been asking for the answer by now. Most of you have had more than a couple of jobs in your lifetime. And what I always like to ask people who are going to come to work for me, a real easy question. It always starts off with, if a train leaves Chicago traveling 80 miles an hour, I mean, it's one of those things that, if I got in my own car and had 5 chest and I'd get in Denver and drive this way, I'd know how it worked, but to figure it out. So if any of you want to know the answer to that, contact me later. I've got this a real easy formula, so that the next time you're looking for work, it can help you get the job. Because it's not a trick question, it's just one of those fun things that is very easy to figure out. The formula is D equals RT, and that's, the distance is 1,000. One of the vehicles is traveling 80 miles an hour. One is traveling 120 miles an hour. You simply add those two together and divide it into 1,000. They'll meet 5 hours later. So it's a very simple answer, so don't be intimidated by those later. This is a very educational meeting we're having here tonight. Well, the final thing we'd like to do before we have dinner is we talk about this being our 35th class reunion. But to me, an even more important number is 39, because it was 39 years ago this summer that we all were starting our freshman year. And I was just scared to death, because I wasn't sure puberty was going to arrive. And to go to that big high school, and it did go by fast. And to see all those people, it was very frightening. But once you got there and adjusted somehow and got through all those classes, all the dances and all the embarrassing things that you did and said, you know, somehow you survived and made it. But there were a lot of thoughts that we all had, and emotions that we went through, and traumas. And so I put together a little poem that kind of summarizes not only how I felt, but I'm sure how many of you felt when you were going through high school. It's in the front of a big book, so 35 years and still searching. 35 since graduation. Now we're spread around the nation. Go Hawk, black and gold, we cheered it. In our conference, others feared it. Dye and Freeman, Moeller, Eno, and Jim Dirksen. What a meano. Taught us verbs and body functions, spelling, maps, and highway junctions. We studied hard, we laughed and cried, we watched our peers pubescent ride. We stared while hormones made us over. Back then, many rolled in clover. We searched in class for inspiration while smelling others' perspiration. Driver's license, dates of virgin, that adolescent blood was surging. We watched films on reproduction, then to the drive-in for instruction. Learned the joy of masturbation. Now it's brand or constipation. Acne made us shy and fearful. Broken hearts would make us tearful. Footprints on your parents' visor. High school fun that made us wiser. On country roads, we park and pet. Some things in life you won't forget. Those moonlit nights gave us a thrill. Teen roulette without a pill. Hickeyed necks you'd hide from mom. First cigarette you smoked at prom. Wrinkled pants and tousled hair. When you got home, Dad's icy stare. Our parents told us to be careful. Reverend Mac advised us prayerful. Yet still we drove to Lover's Lane in steamed up cars with deeds profane. We drive our Chevys, Fords, and Olds down darkened streets and country roads until we found our treasured spot where prying eyes could see us not. Near barnyard fields, 'twas nature's call that urged us on that senior fall. And there some made their future vows to love each other. I hear cows. Now we're old, our guts head south. It's prunes and veggies in our mouth. Some may try to hide the years that stretch the skin, enlarge the ears. But while we work and sweat and toil, our skin grows old, devoid of oil. Hair is gray, teeth slowly yellow, bellies bulge and spirits mellow. Some dye their hair and join a gym, make muscles taut and waistlines trim. Sit-ups, push-ups, daily runs, still can't keep fat off saggy buns. Do push-up runs, control top hose, yet late at night the mirror knows that nature's one our class concedes as butt cheeks fall and hair recedes. Life's short ride will soon be over. We'll all be pushing up the clover. So look around and hug a friend. We've been together, start to end. think it's time for us to have dinner. Afterwards, there'll be some music and dancing. So again, I want to thank all of you for coming. The next reunion, try to get some more of your friends to show up so we can have even more fun. And now I would like to have Jim Shipman, if you would, please come forward.
Thank you, George. I have to say that we truly are blessed. I look around the room, I'm reminded of big step in the ride you were. I can recall fondly, although I tried to forget it for many years, the many bruises that those two gentlemen inflicted on the football field. And we can all go on and on. There is justice in the world, Dave Rowery. Your wonderful athletic gifts that made you so hard to grasp on the football field. They weren't just gifts, it was an overabundance of testosterone. But I think my duty here is not to entertain, but to ask that we all voice our appreciation for our many blessings. I'd ask that we bow your heads. And first, let us offer a silent prayer for those who were in our class who did not hear Robert Bowman, Sonia Pearson, and Cheryl Myers. And Lord, we thank you for the many blessings, for the success we have enjoyed, and for those marvelous memories that seeing old friends and classmates bring to mind. Thank you for transporting us here safely, getting us home safely to our families. And thank you for the efforts of the classmates who created this opportunity for us to get together and for the